afternoon and thank you for tuning in. You're watching Superfast 50. I'm Suesha Sound. Beginning with the first story, Khalistani fugitive Amritpal has been untraceable for the last 74 hours, and even as questions arise over a law and order situation in the state of Punjab, Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has now said that there is nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, the police has recovered over 20 mobile phones from Amritpal's aide Daljit Kalsi. Sources have informed that Kalsi was in direct contact with ISI handlers from Pakistan.
कुछ ऐसे कानून के खिलाफ बोल रहे थे तो उन पर कार्रवाई की गई है और उस कार्रवाई के दौरान वो सब लोग पकड़े गए हैं और उनको सख्त से सख्त सज़ा दी जाएगी, क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी एक कट्टर देशभक्त और ईमानदार पार्टी है। ऐसी ताकत जो देश के खिलाफ पंजाब में पनप रही हो, उसको हम बख्शेंगे नहीं।
Aam Aadmi Party convener spoke over the Amritpal issue and lauded the Bhagwant Mann government. He said that Mann took strong steps to bring peace in Punjab and worked against drug mafia. He further stated that there is zero tolerance towards any gangster, and if anyone tries to obstruct peace in Punjab, then strict action will be taken against them.
पंजाब में कानून व्यवस्था लागू कर रखने के लिए और शांति बहाल रखने के लिए पिछले कुछ दिनों के अंदर भगवंत मान साहब ने और आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब सरकार ने कई कठोर कदम उठाए हैं। उन्होंने बहुत संयम और बहुत मैच्योरिटी के साथ मान साहब ने कार्रवाई की है। इसके लिए मैं भगवंत मान साहब को और आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार को बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
All mobile internet services, all SMS services except banking and mobile recharge, and all dongle services provided on mobile networks except voice calls shall continue to remain suspended in the districts of Tarantaran, Firozpur, Moga, Sangrur, subdivision of Ajnala, Amritsar areas adjoining YPS Chowk and Airport Road, both in Sasnagar, till 23rd March in the interest of public safety. Harjeet Singh, who was moved to Dibrugarh jail from Guwahati, is the fifth person linked to Amritpal's Baris Punjab Day to be brought to Assam. Radical preacher Amritpal Singh's uncle Harjeet Singh was brought to Assam by the Punjab Police. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann ordered the initiation of disciplinary proceedings against former DGP S. Chattopadhyay and two other police officers over the security breach during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the state in January last year. The move came after Supreme Court appointed committee which probed the security breach during Prime Minister Modi's visit to Punjab in January 2022. BJP national spokesperson Sambit Patra said that the nation will not accept the fact that Congress MP Rahul Gandhi goes and seeks international intervention on internal matters of the country.
Europe and United States of America, why are they oblivious? ये शांत क्यों है? ये चुप क्यों है? Why don't they protect the democracy in India? मतलब this is an open invitation. ये एक खुला निमंत्रण है कि आप आइए और भारतवर्ष के आंतरिक लोकतंत्र में आप आके घुसपैठ करिए और आप हमें नेता बनाइए।
Prime Minister Modi held a meeting with his top ministers to discuss parliamentary strategy for the second part of the budget session. Prime Minister arrived in Parliament to conduct the meeting before proceedings of both houses resumed on the 7th day of the second leg of the budget session. Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bharadwaj hits out at the ruling government over the state budget and said that central government is planting fake image of Aam Aadmi Party and is also hatching a conspiracy against the Delhi government.
कल यानी कि 20 तारीख को शाम को 6 बजे जब एक खबर चल पड़ी कि दिल्ली का बजट अब तक केंद्र सरकार ने रोक दिया है, तब मुख्य सचिव 6 बजे जो है वित्त मंत्री को कहते हैं कि केंद्र सरकार की तरफ से रुकावटें आ गई हैं। क्यों नहीं दिखाया गया वित्त मंत्री को पहले? इतना बड़ा षड्यंत्र मुख्य सचिव किसके कहने पे कर रहे हैं? ये सवाल तो बनता है, दिल्ली वालों का सवाल है।
The Ministry of Home Affairs has finally approved the Delhi Budget 2023-24 and the approval for it has been sent to the Delhi government. This comes a day after Ministry of Home Affairs sought clarification from the Aam Aadmi Party government as its budget proposal had high allocation for advertisement and relatively low funding for infrastructure and other development initiatives. BRS leader K. Kavita submitted all the phones she had used so far as she walked in for the third round of questioning in the Delhi excise policy at the Enforcement Directorate office. Kavita was seen brandishing the phones in front of the media before entering the ED office. BRS MLC K. Kavita arrived at the ED office for questioning in the Delhi liquor policy case. ED has already questioned her for over 10 hours regarding her alleged role in the Delhi liquor policy case. In a letter to the Enforcement Directorate, daughter of Telangana Chief Minister KCR said, and I quote, "These phones are submitted without prejudice to my right and contentions and larger contentions whether a woman's phone can be intruded in the teeth of her right to privacy," unquote. Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court today will hear the bail petition of former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who is currently in ED custody. This is in connection with the alleged irregularities in the framing and implementation of the excise policy in the national capital. Former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia's then personal secretary in the Excise Department, C. Arvind, has been summoned by ED today, that is the 21st of March, in connection with the money laundering probe into alleged irregularities in the now scrapped excise policy case. The name of fugitive diamond heir Mehul Choksi, wanted in the 13,000 crore PNB scam, is understood to have been removed from the Interpol database of red notices on the basis of his plea to the Lion headquartered agency. CBI remained tight-lipped on the development. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge attacked the government for Mehul Choksi's removal from the Interpol database of red notices, saying fugitives are getting respite while the ED CBI pursue opposition leaders.
तो सवाल नहीं, बार बार वो पूछते रहेंगे, हम उसको नकारते रहेंगे, उसमें कोई माने नहीं है। ये होना बोल के इशू को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए कर रहे हैं। तो पहले तो देखिए हमारे एम्बेसी पे हमले हो रहे, उसके बारे में उनकी कोई बात नहीं है। उसके बाद जो यहाँ के बैंकों से पैसे उठा लेके जा रहे हैं, ये
मेहुल चोक्सी को इंटरपोल ने सर हटा दिया।
मेहुल चोक्सी ऐसे लोगों को प्रोटेक्शन देने वाले देशभक्ति की बात करना ये एक मजाक है।
Echoing the same, Aam Aadmi Party leader Raghav Chadha hit out at the centre and said that BJP government paved the way for Choksi. He further added that central government helped Choksi to get Antigua citizenship.
उस आर्थिक भगोड़े मेहुल चोक्सी को दूसरे देश एंटिगुआ नाम का एक कैरेबियन देश है, उस देश की सिटीजनशिप दिलवाने के लिए भारत सरकार ने नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट दिया।
Income Tax Department conducted raids at around 5 places in Bengaluru on offices belonging to real estate and stock market listed company Shobha Developers, where at least 50 IT officials divided into 5 teams raided the offices of Shobha Developers at Hudi, Panatgatta and 3 other locations. Kannada actor Chetan Kumar has been arrested after his tweet on Hindutva stirred a storm on the internet. The Seshadripuram police in Bengaluru arrested the actor as his tweet stating Hindutva is built on lies went viral online on Monday. A complaint was registered at Seshadripuram police station based on the tweet by Shivakumar of Bajrang Dal. A 30-year-old cooling tower of a power station in Gujarat's Surat city was demolished today through a controlled explosion. Now, according to officials, the 85-meter tall RCC tower was brought down by 262.5 kgs of commercial explosives. The cyber cell of Nagpur Police has registered a case against a man for allegedly posting offensive comments on social media which had direct references to Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. According to the police, the accused made certain references to Gadkari in the post circulated on WhatsApp. Prime Minister Modi will be visiting Karnataka on the 25th of March to participate in programs organized in Chikballapur, Bengaluru and Devangiri. Now, according to the state headquarters, the Prime Minister will arrive at HAL airport in Bengaluru in the morning, and on that very day will move to Chikballapur to inaugurate Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. Amid infighting within Karnataka's ruling BJP, Saffron Party's MLC from Kalyan, Karnataka region, Babi Rao tendered his resignation as a member of the Legislative Council. It is believed that his resignation came in the wake of the denial of a ticket to the aspirant leader from Gurmitkal constituency by the BJP. Supporters of Leader of Opposition in Karnataka Assembly Siddaramaiah held a protest outside his house in Bengaluru demanding that he contest the upcoming elections from the Kolar seat. Speaking exclusively to Republic TV, Siddaramaiah said, and I quote, "Nobody has told me not to contest from Kolar and I will take that decision shortly," unquote. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant chaired a meeting of senior officials to review preparations and infrastructure for the upcoming G20 meetings in Goa, which are scheduled to be held in the next 4 months. Sawant said that Goa will host 8 meetings of G20 from April to July, and of these, 2 are related to health and tourism ministries. At least 10 persons hailing from Rajouri were injured after a passenger vehicle they were travelling in met with an accident near Aknoor along Srinagar-Jammu highway in Jammu district. This happened on Monday evening. The uncontrolled bus reportedly entered a house near Tanda under the Aknoor subdivision jurisdiction. In a fresh Khalistani provocation in Canada, a journalist, Sameer Kaushal, has now alleged that he was on his way to cover Indian High Commissioner to Ottawa, Sanjay Kumar Verma's visit, when he was threatened by pro-Khalistani activists. Remember, Indian High Commissioner to Ottawa, Sanjay Kumar Verma himself had to cancel his attendance as nearly 200 protesters, some wielding swords, had also gathered at the site. A group of pro-Khalistan protesters attacked and damaged the Indian consulate in San Francisco, prompting sharp condemnation from Indian Americans who demanded immediate action against those responsible for it. India lodged a strong protest with the US chargé d'affaires over vandalism at the Indian Consulate General in San Francisco by some pro-Khalistan elements. Reacting to the recent incidents of violence by extremist and separatist elements worldwide, Baljit Singh Dadwal, the former president of the Haryana Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, said that such incidents affecting the Sikh community should not take place. The SGPC leader said that Sikhs have contributed a lot to India's freedom movement and people should not do anything that affects the image of the Sikh community across the world. A day after Indian consulate in San Francisco was targeted, White House has also now condemned the violence, saying that vandalism by pro-Khalistani protesters will not be tolerated and strict action will be initiated.
How did it impacted your ties with India, not having an ambassador on the ground in Delhi?
It always helps if you have a Senate-confirmed ambassador in a country, particularly one that's so important like India to us in the region and around the world. But we didn't let that stop us. President Biden has prioritized that bilateral relationship, and even though without an ambassador, we certainly had a very competent chargé there and a very competent career staff in the embassy that were able to continue to advance our foreign policy interests and this bilateral relationship, and did so quite effectively. But obviously, having an ambassador is always important, and we look forward to.
Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is en route to Ukraine to hold a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Kishida is the only G7 leader who did not visit Ukraine. The meeting comes after Japan's premier had visited India, where he held delegation-level bilateral talks with Prime Minister Modi. A massive multi-alarm fire has destroyed a Burlington County church. Now, according to officials, the fire broke out at the Fountain of Life Center in Florence. On Monday evening, the fire was so severe that a portion of the roof collapsed while the entire building was engulfed in flames. White House reacted to Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to Moscow to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin on the war with Ukraine and warned any attempt by either country to call for a ceasefire that does not include the withdrawal of Russian forces from Ukraine will not be accepted by the world.
We hope that President Xi will press President Putin to cease bombing Ukrainian cities, hospitals, and schools, to halt the war crimes and atrocities, and to withdraw all its troops. But we are concerned that, instead, China will reiterate calls for a ceasefire that leaves Russian forces inside Ukraine's sovereign territory. Any ceasefire that does not address the removal of Russian forces from Ukraine would effectively ratify Russia's illegal conquests, enabling Russia to entrench its positions and then to restart the war at a more advantageous time for them. This would, the world should not be fooled by any tactical move by Russia, aided by China or any other country, to freeze the war on its terms without any viable pathway to restore Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky announced new aid packages from Europe and United States. European Union countries have endorsed a fast-track procedure aimed at providing Ukraine with sorely needed artillery shells to repel Russia's forces. A Russian representative walked out of United Nations Human Rights Council meeting in Geneva ahead of a report accusing Moscow of committing war crimes in Ukraine. UN member states condemned North Korea's latest missile launch, calling for action to be taken against Pyongyang's belligerent policy. This comes after North Korea said it stimulated a nuclear attack on South Korea with a ballistic missile launch over the weekend. That was its fifth missile demonstration this month to protest the largest joint military exercises in years between the US and South Korea.
The only vicious circle in which all of us here in the Council have been trapped is a negative action-inaction cycle. This Council has long failed to act in response to provocative actions by North Korea, and North Korea has taken advantage of the Council's silence and felt free to steadily proceed with its unlawful WMD programs. It is high time to end this negative action-inaction cycle.
A grand jury heard from final witnesses in the investigation into Donald Trump as law enforcement officials accelerated security preparations in advance of a possible indictment as fellow Republicans staked out positions in a criminal probe expected to shake up the 2024 presidential race. A small group of protesters gathered in a park across the street from a court where New York prosecutors wrapped up their probe into whether former US President Donald Trump was engaged in an illegal hush money scheme. Groups of angry demonstrators took to Paris's streets in the wake of the adoption by Parliament of a divisive pension bill after lawmakers in the lower chamber rejected two no-confidence votes against the government. Several hundred people walked through central Paris as bins and plastic bags were set on fire, while some called for the resignation of French President Emmanuel Macron. New evacuation orders were put in place near two small central California towns where a levee was breached following recent downpours as yet another winter storm brought the threat of major flooding. A total of about 1,400 people who were ordered evacuated because of the possibility of residents becoming isolated due to impassable roadways. After 2 weeks of thrilling, edge-of-the-seat and intense cricketing action, which saw some dreams coming true and some hearts getting shattered, the race towards the inaugural Women's Premier League trophy has narrowed down to 3 teams, namely Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians and UP Warriors. An all-round show from Delhi Capitals marked by top-notch spell from Marizan Cap and explosive knocks from Elise Capsey and Shafali Verma helped them chase down the target of 110 runs in just 9 overs to clinch a 9-wicket win over Mumbai Indians in Women's Premier League match. After registering a thumping 9-wicket victory over Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals all-rounder Marisan Kapp believes her whole bowling group deserves this Player of the Match award. An all-round show from Delhi Capitals helped them to clinch a 9-wicket win over Mumbai Indians in Women's Premier League. Indian skipper Rohit Sharma said that the team management will continue to back batter Surya Kumar Yadav, who is under scrutiny after a string of low scores in ODIs, despite experiencing one of the best peaks in T20I cricket. The skipper insisted the dynamic batter will be given more time to find form at the ODI level. Rajasthan Royals revealed the full coaching staff for the upcoming Indian Premier League 2023 season. The team from Rajasthan will continue to have the services of Kumar Sangakkara as head coach, Trevor Penny as assistant coach and Dishant Yagnik as fielding coach. Tokyo Olympics bronze medalist Lavlina Borgohain and 2021 Asian Championship bronze medalist Sakshi Chaudhary put up stellar performances and registered impressive victories to advance to the quarterfinals of the IBA Women's World Boxing Championships. Double centuries from Kane Williamson and Henry Nichols and top spells from Blair Tickner, Michael Bracewell and Tim Southey helped an all-round New Zealand crush Sri Lanka by an innings and 58 runs in the second test of the two-match series in Wellington on Monday. Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra will be training at Turkey's Gloria Sports Arena for 61 days. The 25-year-old, who under the Target Olympics podium scheme funding had trained at Gloria Sports Arena last year as well, will head to Turkey on the 1st of April and will remain there till the 31st of May. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz reclaimed his world #1 spot after clinching his maiden Indian Wells title by defeating Russia's Daniil Medvedev in the final of the tournament on Monday. Marcus Rashford, Mason Mount and Nick Pope have withdrawn from the England squad for the Euro 2024 qualifiers against Italy and Ukraine. This comes after Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford suffered a knock during win against Fulham in the FA Cup.
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend